Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Oh my goodness, it is Monday. It's the start of a new week. And you know what that is? That is a great time to look back at all the wonderful things, crafting-wise, that we've gotten done, we've worked on, right? Let's start Monday off with a hallelujah as opposed to sad. If you saw my last night's video, my bonus video, you know what I'm talking about with being sad. Yeah. Favorite big box store not doing well. Yeah, for those that aren't familiar, that would be Joann Fabric. So let's talk about everything that I've worked on. I am in my regular filming area, not the bonus area where I was downstairs, because that's a really big box for Joann. If you didn't see it, finish watching this one and go check that one out. I just opened a huge box from Joann and I've got more on the way because once it's gone, it's gone. So what have I worked on this week? A lot. Oh my gosh, look at the big eyes and everything. A lot. I have been having fun. This whole month, you know, because we're still in January and it's been so long, I've really tried to let myself go with whatever it is that has me excited. And kind of my own little social experiment to see, does it make a difference? Am I going to get more things accomplished because I've done that? Or am I going to, I don't know. I really don't know. So you can be the judge of that. I let things go wild and just worked on things I wanted to this week. I really, it's been a blast. Oh, for those that don't know, I did make this sweater. This is, I can't remember the name of it. I've said it so many times. I don't know. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. I'll link that down below. The yarn I used was Arcane Fiberworks yarn. Fingering weight, I used all of 4 balls. So my joke is I can't gain any more weight because I'll need that 5th ball. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, so I did. I had like 8 grams left of the charcoal gray, and I should have just made it on the sleeves because I do like my sleeves longer, and it feels like it's too short now. It was fine, but now it feels too short. Anyway, yeah, so that's the joke is, don't get any bigger. You'll need an extra ball of yarn. What have I been working on? That's what I've been talking about. Speaking of Arcane Fiberworks yarn, yes, I started working on my husband's sweater again. And I started using these little, these marker safety pin doodads. Yeah. Oh, come back. I got little feet ones and I got, yeah, little feet ones and then little safety pin ones. So I started using those to kind of mark where I was. His hubby likes to rib me good-naturedly, of course, and going, you didn't do much. And you know, I see his point because he couldn't see that I really did work on his sweater. So I started putting those little markers in there. And then this last week, I decided I really needed to finish that sleeve. And where'd the 3rd sleeve go? It's over on the other side of the room. So his sweater, I have made literally 3 sleeves. Yes, 3. Because it is this lovely, gorgeous hand-dyed stuff like I'm wearing, the colors can pool, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's just the nature of the yarn, especially when you're changing the circumference of something. So on the body, the colors were they just lined up and they stacked on each other, and it was just stunning. And then when I went to making the sleeves, they pooled, and he didn't like that. So then I had to take it, and I ended up doing 3 sleeves. And I was a little grumpy with that. And because I was grumpy, I stopped working on it for a while, which is bad because I really like to make him things because he so appreciates and he smiles and he's so happy and he's so thankful. And when I give him something, I just want to give him something else. And that's why I get myself into trouble, because then I make promises that then I don't want to finish working on. So I had on that sleeve there, see that blue marker? That's where I was last time. I finished the sleeve. I have all of the sleeves done, and look at that. I am now working on the raglans. And he looked at it and he said, honey, that looks super small. I'm like, I don't care. I am finishing this. I am not pulling anything else out. Now, I know when I started this, I did measure it around him. It is a rib, so it does stretch, but I agree with him. It looks real. Everything on this thing looks tiny. It's not really. It stretches a lot. Let's see if I can, yeah, see? Now, when you hold it straight up, it looks tiny, but like I said, that's the body that stretches, so that should work. And if it doesn't fit him, it'll fit me. I didn't do that on purpose, by the way. I didn't do that on purpose. But I'm so proud because it has been languishing of, you know, I mean, you can see where these little markers are, right? There, and then one week I did that, and then one week I did that, and then from this blue one, I did the rest of the sleeve and attached it, which is cool, because then you can see for the attaching, there's that much, right? And that's 400 and some odd stitches per round is what that started at. So that's a lot, and I'm really, really proud. And I'm excited because, well, every other row, the stitches get less because you're doing raglan. So you're removing 8 stitches per every other round, right? So then they get a little bit faster. Yay. And it's exciting. I think I'm like 3 or 4 more rounds, and then I bind off right here to start doing the neck. How exciting. So then I'll be going back and forth, I think. I don't know. I haven't read that far in the packet pattern. Excuse me. So whatever. It'll be fine. And yeah, yeah, I want to make him another sweater. I know I should not say this because he watches my videos. He's my biggest fan. He's amazing. And yeah, I get to this point and I get excited and I'm to the end and I know how excited he is. And he's been wearing his sweater so much. His Arcane Fiberwork sweater, I made his out of the Saint Nick colorway and worsted weight yarn. He's been wearing that so much and he loves it. He'd love to trade back and forth. And I'm the one that wanted to make him a fingering weight sweater, right? And I get so happy to see him happy, and I'm close now. And when I work on this, he gets a big smile on his face, and he's so excited, and it just warms my heart. And then I promise him things because I love that look on his face. You know what I'm talking about, right? If you've got somebody in your life and they give you that look, you know what I'm talking about. I love doing that, and it lights me up and it makes me so happy. So I am right now at the point of haven't finished this and I'm ready to promise him another one. I know I might regret that, but that's okay. He's so worth it. He just is. I have to, right? So I mean, there's that. I was so excited. So this is his sweater. Yay. And it's growing. Oh, I know. So that was really cool to get that. And then this week, another thing that I worked on, I finally made a decision for my advent calendar, my Tangled Poet advent calendar. And I wanted to do that and make a decision to make something because I'm not the one who's comfortable with minis, and decided that I'm going to get over that. I'm going to get over that and I'm going to use them just because I don't know what to do with the smaller amounts. Now, this is a nice way to jump into the minis because their advent calendar had 30 gram minis. So that's a sizable amount. And then I wanted to find something that used all of or just about all of the color for one thing. So I'm doing those Arpoint squares. I collected all 52 squares last year. The designer released one pattern a week, every week for 52 weeks. And for the first week, they were free. And I was putting them on last January. I kept putting January, February, March maybe. I finally stopped, doing the weekly reminders. But for the first 3 months, 2-3 months of 2024, I reminded everybody, hey, go get your pattern, go get your pattern, go get your pattern, right? In case you did want to use something with it. And I collected all of them. And I've made like 16, 17-ish of them. And this year I'm going through and I'm just looking at the ones I want to. And I've got 24 colors for my advent calendar. And I'm going to make a square for each one. And this, I know right now it doesn't look, you can hardly tell, but I did have this on the blocking board. I'm going to have to do like a wet block to it. I didn't, I just pinned it. So pinning it does make a huge difference, right? The colors are amazing. So I've got all of these semi-solids, kettle dyed, however you call it, colors. Let me see if can we even see that? I hope so. When it's pinned out, it is stunning. I should just pin it out and bring it up like that on the board. Maybe I'll do that so then we'll be able to see that better. But it takes almost every bit of, I've got a little bit left. I shorted the pattern by 1 round of garter stitch rounds because this is an advent calendar and some of them might be a little bit over 30 grams. Some might be just a tad bit under. And when you're finishing around and binding off, that tad bit over or under can make a difference on whether you finish that square. So I shorted it around to kind of give myself a little bit of ease. And I also figure some of the squares are going to use more yarn than others. I do remember when I was doing it with worsted weight yarn, that was the case because of the different stitches that are used. So I wanted to kind of give myself a little bit of leeway, and this is fitting all the sweet spot. It's using all of the color. I plan on doing one a week and just kind of making my Advent blanket, because I'll have the 24 squares and I will have my Advent blanket out of my Advent calendar. And I thought that one a week should be slow enough, maybe, that I should be able to work on that at a comfortable pace, not stressing or anything, and get that done in time to pre-order for 2025, you know, for the end of this year, if that's what I choose to do. But I had already told myself if I don't use it, I'm not going to order another one. And I really like the yarn. It's a me thing with the minis, right? It's a 100% me thing. So totally thrilled with that. And speaking of Tangled Poet, I am also working on their Faded Infinity Cowl. And I'm doing this one as an Advent too. This was not an Advent calendar. It was a kit that I got online. And I did contact them and ask them, hey guys, if you could, would you please maybe dye up some more of those kits? I know there are a lot of people who are interested. They said they would see what they can do and to keep checking back in the next couple weeks. So there you have it. I don't know how quickly they may or may not get some out, but it's exciting to think that they will. And if you're not familiar with the pattern, this is what I'm making. And isn't that gorgeous? That is the Faded Glass Infinity Cowl. And it's not hard. It's a good color work. It comes with 14 of these little minis and lots of pretty, beautiful jewel tone, gorgeous colors. So 14 of those. And I started this with my friends on the first of the year. And because I stocked the site, because they just weren't in stock very much. And when it did get in stock, I bought 3 of them, one for me and one for 2 of my friends. And we did a cast on party the first of the year. And I decided it'd be a good idea to maybe just go through one of these balls, one per week. And I thought that would be really nice. Just a relaxing way to work on doing this cowl. And this is the 4th week. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It's just stunning. I am thrilled with this. And you've got your pattern. You can really see it down here. You have 2 right there, 2 rounds of fade in with the new color, with the old color. And, you know, here I had the yellow right there. And up here was that chartreuse green and with the yellow. And here I've got this. And with that chartreuse, you can see the 2 rounds there. And it's just absolutely wonderful. So I'll have the 14 colors that go around. And then I've got this provisionally cast on. So I'll graft them together. And it's just one big tube. And how wonderful is that? Which is really nice too, because for weaving in the ends, you don't have to really worry about it because they'll be on the inside of the tube. You know, secure them down to where they don't get loose or anything. You know, tie them together. You know, you're good. You're not making a huge knot. And I'm so thrilled with this. And I look forward to working on this one every week. It's just like little bite sizes. Look at that. And there's actually leftover yarn. So I have those other 4, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 colors. I have 4 little tiny balls left. And I know I'm going to have extra of this. This is Barocco Ultra Wool Fine, 100% superwash wool. I'm really enjoying this. I think it's the first time I've worked with it. I like Barocco yarn. So I think I'm going to have leftover of this. If not, I'll get another one. And I've got these, and somebody suggested doing a matching hat. And I love that idea. You know, with the amount that I've got left, I could close to make another cowl. And I've got some of the Tangled Poet has what they call their pickle jar. They're micro minis. They are 6-gram minis. They are they're like glorified scraps. Okay, they're beautifully put up. They're glorified scraps, and I love it. And I bought them, right. And I'm the one who doesn't know what to do with minis, and I bought them. Okay, marketing's a thing. But you know, I could add a couple of those with these things and make another matching cowl if I chose to, is what I'm getting at, because there's a little bit left. How cool is that? And why waste it? It's beautiful colors matched in with the black. That's plenty for a project. Oh my gosh. You know, so for this kit, I will end up getting two things from it. I will do a hat and the cowl. I'm loving it. I think it is just stunning. And like I said, I look forward to doing this every week, just grabbing and this is my newest color for this week, just grabbing my new color and going, okay, I got this, and just ease on into it. And it's just so relaxing. And you know, the pattern, you can see, you got to block. Whoa, whoa. Okay, okay, avalanche. All right. You know, I had issues with my, okay. Wow. All right. Are we going to do this? Equipment failures, it's fine. It's fine. No harm. So what I was saying before my equipment decided to attack is, you look at this. So you've got, right, this is the pattern repeat per week. But here it is, you get to that and it's like, oh, look, I've done the square. I've got a couple rows, get 2 rows of the black, and then I'm doing another square worth of patterning. It goes by really, really quick. It is such a relaxing color work. It really is. So I look forward to working on this one. I dropped my ball of yarn when I went to catch the tripod. Like, oops, my bad. Yeah, so I'm really having fun with that. It's been a blast. It really has. And there are definitely weeks where I'm like, oh, I want to work on it some more. I'm like, no, just 1 ball a week and work on something else. It's okay. And there's something nice and satisfying and gratifying with that. So, you know, I've got the 14 balls of yarn. So it'll take the 14 weeks to do all the knitting. And I'm not sure if I'll graft it on that same week or do it on another week. Not positive, but it'll be fine. And let's see what else. Oh my gosh. So have we seen, where's my book? I know we've seen this. We've seen this. We're going to talk about this book a little bit because evidently I've been obsessed. Yes, I have been obsessed. This here, let me put it up a little closer for those that haven't seen it. It's the Timeless Textured Baby Crochet. There are 20 patterns in there. A pair of booties, a blanket, and the rest are garments. And there's not an ugly one in the bunch. And that's saying something because, you know, we all have different tastes, but that's saying a lot. And I'm really liking this book. I'm not affiliated. I just like the book. So we know I've been working on things. We got grandbaby number 6 coming in May. Excited. And I did finish. I need to get some buttons. Yeah, I was at Joann's, but I wasn't there for buttons, so I didn't actually look at them. Forgot about that. Look at this. This is the Harvest Cardigan. Now, I got this. This yarn is called Plain Jane. It is a DK weight yarn. It is a cotton acrylic, 142 yards per ball. I had 2 of this charcoal and 1 of the mustard. I used all but a string of the mustard doing this particular pattern right here. And I knew I would have to short either the rows on this or on the sleeves with what I had for the body. And I did. And it's fine. And I'll put on some buttons and it is fantastic. So thrilled with this. I made the smallest size. And hopefully I will get a picture of our grandson in this gorgeous little cardigan. This is the Harvest Cardigan. As you can see, it's on the back. And it has so much texture. When they talk about texture in this book, they're not lying. I mean, it is absolutely spectacular. So thrilled with that. Here's a better picture. But look at that. And I am just happy. I really like it. And like I said, I'm hoping that I'll get at least 1 picture of the baby in it when he comes along. You know how that goes. So really thrilled with that. And I started working on this one. Now we've seen this one before. I made a mistake and I had to pull it out. It's okay. I fixed it. I did. So this is the Jasmine. Let me pull up the picture in here of the Jasmine sweater. This book was bound tight. I can tell you that. And I've had to wrestle and wrangle with it. There's no doubt. Okay, so this is the Jasmine sweater right here. And I think that just needs to be adult size. I like that higher up and the lower, and I don't know what you call that. And I love the yoke on this. I think it's gorgeous. I think it needs to be an adult size. So I started that, and I'm using this. This is one of those Hobby Lobby discontinued yarns, you know, when they had all the 75% off. This is the Baby Bee Sweet Delight. Now, I got these because not only did Hobby Lobby do the I'm getting rid of the certain colors, they also have a dye lot one that they'll get rid of. And this yarn I got was part of the dye lot. So yes, I have multiple skeins, but they're not the same dye lot, i.e. they do look different. So that's where I'm at right now. So I fixed my mistake that I made last time. And what I did, on that curved bottom right there, I had the stitches and I started to do the curved bottom for the smallest size, but I wasn't making the smallest size. So I had to pull all that out. That's okay, I fixed it. And then look at that. I've got this right here is the ribbing. So I finished the ribbing, but can you see that? It's a different color. Can we tell that? Maybe right there. Yeah, you can see that's a different color right here. It's the same yarn, but it's a different dye lot. So that is a different color. So my sleeves are also going to be a different color. Now I have, this is what I was using for the bottom. And I have this one. I think this one's a little lighter. I think it's a little lighter. I don't know if you can tell with this light. Of course you can't tell with this light. Of course not. I wonder if I push the buttons, if that makes a difference. I push some buttons. I'm kind of afraid to because if I touch the tripod too much. Let's see. Can we tell the difference? I made the lights different. Yeah, you can see there is a definite difference in those two yarns. So I'm not sure if I want to take this bigger one, the full skein, and maybe do the sleeves with that. I think it might match a little better. I'm going to turn the light back up. I think it might match a little better, but the fact of the matter is they'll match either way because I'll use the same ball for both sleeves. And if the sleeves are darker and the body's lighter and the bottom is darker, you know, it'll all come together. It'll be fine. So anyway, on to the sleeves. I got the ribbing. I finished this one. Obviously, I like the book. Yay! So how thrilling is that? That is really cool. And I would have been farther on this, but I realized that it's just a difference. It just, you know, it's the same, but different. And that's what they mean. If you weren't familiar with that, a lot of us are, but not everyone is. When they say buy a sufficient number of skeins or whatever in the dye lot that you're looking for, that's why. Because the bottom of that dress is definitely a different color than the rest of that dress. And those are different dye lots. And what I have right here, it's the same yarn, and both of these are different dye lots. And it's okay. It'll be fine. It's just, it's character. There's nothing wrong with that. So I have the yarn. I might as well use it. Just mix it up. It's fine. So those are my two that I have with the book. But some of you may know that I did get some of this yarn, the Big Twist Menagerie. I keep calling it Melange, so you know people don't know what they're trying to buy, but it's the Big Twist Menagerie. So when I opened this, as soon as I opened this, I got so excited. I'm not gonna lie, I got so excited. My granddaughter wants one of the sweaters. She wants a sweater out of this book. She wants the Heavenly sweater. And I know you shouldn't use a, you know, highly variegated yarn like that with this, but I don't care about the rules. That's weird. So this is the one that she wants. And her little sister already got one. I'd already had it made before I gave them the book and said, hey, pick out what you want. And she was really commenting. She wanted one like that. I had her try on her little sister's, the 2-year-old, the 8-year-old trying on the 2-year-old's dress. And she was able to get into it. The sleeves were obviously way too short and the body length was way too short. And yes, she was able to get into it, but obviously you'd want to make it larger. So what I did is I used a larger hook since I was not getting gauge on any of this stuff. This I've done with an E hook, both of them with an E hook. To even get close to gauge, I'm bigger. Right, with the yarn, and I'm still using a DK yarn, and you know it says to use a DK, but I don't know, doesn't matter. I actually did a gauge swatch, weird. So I decided I would just throw caution to the wind, make the largest size, which is like 4-year-old size. Whoo, really blew that one out of proportion. Use a size F hook, going up one size on the hook. You know, if she was able to get into the size 1 to 2 using an E hook with DK weight, then using an F hook with DK weight and making the larger size should work. That's my logic. That's my logic. So if you wonder, you know, how my brain works, that's how my brain works. So then I sat there and I crocheted for a lot, you know, and I went through a full ball. Here's my second ball. I went through a full ball of this. Oh my gosh. I love this yarn, and it's on sale for $2.99, and Joann's is going out of business. So get it if you want it. You know, that's it. So I ordered more. I did. Yep. So look at this. Oh my gosh, isn't that gorgeous? And I've got pictures and everything too, but I mean, the yoke, even on the yellow one that I made with a highly variegated, you couldn't see it too much, but I know it's there and it made me happy. And I love this. It feels amazing. I think she's going to love it. Now I just have to put on sleeves and make it longer. It's not long enough. I just finished the full skein of yarn, right? It's not long enough. So it's about that much longer. And you know, since I'm making it myself, I might flare it a little bit, not a lot, just a little tiny bit, you know, in between the shells, because this is like shells and stuff. It's easy to add a little bit, you know, make an extra half shell or something like that. Just make it a little bigger. And I think I might do that. Just kind of flare it just a tad. I'm so thrilled with this. I think she's going to love this. So that's a little crazy. I have 3 things going on with said book right now, and there's more things planned. I do have more planned with this. Like I said, the baby's not coming until May, so I've got plenty of time. And then, of course, I got stuck on making girl things. We're having a boy baby, right? You know, the grandson's coming, right? Grandbaby number 6. And so then, of course, what's the first thing I did in the book? A girl top. I know, but, you know, I currently have 3 granddaughters and 2 grandsons. One's on the way. You know, so, of course, I went with the girl things first. I don't know why. It didn't make any sense. But, you know, I got time for the baby boy. He'll be here in a little while, and it'll be a little while before he can fit into these things. I'm using my own logic. That's all there is to it. That's my logic. Yes. So having a blast. Well, not to be outdone with working with the crochet with this gorgeous yarn. Oh, if you didn't see that video, this is the Big Twist Menagerie. I keep calling it Melange, but it is Big Twist Menagerie. 410 yards, 150 grams. They say it's a number 3 weight. I don't know. I think it's awesome. And it's 100% acrylic, and typical for Joanne stuff. It says machine wash, do not bleach, dry flat, do not iron, and do not dry clean. Now, I've not weighed all of them, but the ones that I weighed heavy. So instead of the 150 grams, is 155 to 157. Bonus. That's extra yarn. That's amazing. So I love that. My first order, I just had 3 colors, so immediately had to start working on it and finish that full ball right there. And then I grabbed this one. Oh my gosh. So I am knitting. Now this is the Tin Can Knit Flax sweater, and they've got it in, I think, in fingering weight, worsted weight, and DK. They are free. It is amazing. And it's just a great overall pattern. So I'm working on this. And I started what's called, I believe, the 6 to 8-year-old size. And I just went by, hey, what's the largest sweater that I can get with the yardage I have? Being that I have 2 of these balls, I'm like, okay, that's 820 yards, right? You know, 410 each. Well, they weigh a little heavy, so that's a little more. Awesome. So I should have plenty. Don't worry, I bought 2 more. I got more coming. I should definitely have plenty to do this. Look at this. This is less than a ball. Now, I did just do a video and I had like 57 grams left. Well, I got a little carried away and started working on it again. And let's see, where am I at now? Now I've got 31 grams. So yeah, like I said, I got carried away. I just, it's all part of the, is it making you happy and excited? Then work on it. There you go. You know, and since I just showed this to you yesterday, I thought, well, this is a good one to put down and work on something else, but I didn't want to put it down. I wanted to work on it. So I'm getting closer to being that full skein of yarn. And that's the part that I was talking about too that's really interesting with knitting and crocheting. Everyone always talks about how crochet takes more than knitting. Well, here's an example. So we've got this held up and you can see, you know, okay, the green is bigger than the pink, right? And check this out. You can see this from the back, right? And you see a little bit of pink at the bottom. Okay, I've got the green is a larger. It's close to being the same length. It's wider. I've got 30 grams left. It's going to be a bigger piece just in that one skein of yarn. So that's kind of an interesting one to see that yeah, that's a good visual on, oh yeah, that does make a difference, doesn't it? Yes, it does. So I'm thrilled with this. I am absolutely thrilled. I am so happy. I don't know how many colors I got, but I think I've got like 26 more of these coming, 26, 28. I don't remember. But yeah, I grabbed a bunch. I think I got like 4 of the colors that I didn't already have, you know, that I was interested in, but I don't know which, I don't remember. I got a bunch of them, I know that. That coupon that I had, it's good until February the 4th, 25% off. Yes, please. So the $2.99 yarn went down to, with that and bulk discounts, like $2.13, something like that. Like, yeah. So I took advantage. I took well advantage. I did. So space might be an issue. That's okay. I got one of the huge boxes put away. Yes, winner. So those are my new things on that. Do I have a paper around here telling me stuff? Because I know I did a whole bunch more. Oh yes, my Tackle It project. Everyone's been so helpful and I greatly appreciate it. So this is one of the things that I found in one of my bins, like this bin, right? You know, but that I found in there. And I started this sweater with one of my friends about a decade ago. This is called Miranda. And I'm using a Malabrigo yarn, a highly variegated Malabrigo yarn. So you really can't see the nice, beautiful, there's some cable right here. I know you can't see it. But I love the yarn. I love the pattern. I really didn't care because I wasn't following rules back then either. So why would I start now? So the consensus is on this. I did grab hold of it and I did, from here to here is all new. All of that to there, that's stockinette, and that is all new. And that's getting in preparation to put the hood, or not hood, the pouch on. So I have 3 full skeins of yarn left in this. And that was the question, is do I have enough? So the pattern has a pouch, a kangaroo pouch. It has a hood and you can do long sleeves. I definitely want long sleeves. I remember wanting all of it. I want the pouch, I want the sleeves, I want the hood, but I don't know if I had yarn for all of it. And I know what I have currently. And I don't think I have any more anywhere else. And I got this when it was $15 a skein or hank, and now it is 28-ish. So it's been a lot of years. So even if I did find it, it's definitely not going to be the same dye lot, right? Or see, remember what we got here? It's not going to be the same. So the suggestions that I had were amazing. Hey, go on Arcane Fiberworks and look at one of their yarns and see if you can get a charcoal or something that would work. This is the charcoal color. This is a fingering weight. That would work out amazing. I think that's a wonderful idea. It was also brought up, hey, depending on your body shape, apple or pear, good points, maybe you don't want a kangaroo pouch. Oh, that's a good point. Now remember, I started this literally a decade ago. I was still quite active in the military a decade ago. I had to meet weight standards a decade ago. I don't have to meet weight standards any longer, and guess what? I don't meet them. So I'm bigger, a lot bigger than when I started this. So maybe I don't want to do the pouch in front as much as I love the idea. That one hit me as very valid, not insulting, just valid. I'm like, oh, that's probably a good idea. Maybe I'll forego the pouch. So I hadn't pulled anything out yet, and I'll still wait on it. I hadn't pulled that out yet to just start working with a regular pattern because I hadn't made that decision, but everyone gave such good advice. There was the advice of making contrast with the hood if I wanted that, or hood and or sleeves, or even the pouch for that matter, but that would be great on the kids stuff. You know, so I love that with the contrasting idea. I think that no pouch at all is extremely valid. And I think that one kind of hits home. You know, I'm not petite. I'm not the biggest, but I'm not petite. And maybe I don't want to accent the belly, because let's face it, my belly would fill a pouch even if I had nothing in the pouch. Okay, let's call a spade a spade, right? We got that. So that's a good idea. So I might end up, well, I will end up pulling all of this out. I'm not gonna do it right now, but I will end up pulling all that back if that's the final decision of the no pouch, because that's valid. That's valid. But I'm definitely going to do the long sleeves. And then it was also brought up with a hood. If I was short on yarn, it's like, well, hoods are generally like younger people, teen, whatever. I'm like, that's a good point too. Still liking the hood. Definitely valid on the body pouch though. So we'll see on that. And I'm just stunned with the Tackle It Tuesday. And I'll have another video for that one tomorrow, of course. And how much stuff is being worked on. I really thought that it would be, I grab something out, I begrudgingly work on it for maybe an hour during the week or something, you know, totally go against my work on it if you want to. Totally go against that, but just to see what I could get done and move the bar, right? You know, because it's not going to get done if it's just in the basket and it's never looked at and it's never touched or anything. It'll never get done. But if you pull it out, and you work on it an hour, 15 minutes, whatever, you know, and rotate through, sooner or later, it will get finished. And that was the whole goal, is to just kind of move the bar. And there's been 2 projects already finished. Hello, it's January. 2 projects finished and 2 projects pulled out. It's January. That completely shocked me and surprised me, because these hadn't seen the light of day, so I didn't know how much work needed to be done on anything. This is not the only bin that I have. This one directly behind me, keep pointing at? Yeah, that's another one. You know, so I've got a couple of them stashed around here that they haven't seen the light of day. So we're going to continue to go through that, and maybe I can reclaim some of that stuff, and maybe some of my stuff that I've been working on can go into it. You know what I'm getting at? But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been so shocking and surprising that anything has been completed. I'm going to look at my little book. Did I bring the right one up? No, I have 2 of them, which is probably not wise, because I write some in both and they're not synced because they're on paper. Go figure. I did work on my socks, but those are downstairs, and that is part of the to the toes. I've been doing that, I think, on Thursdays, doing something for the feet. So I'll just go ahead. I'm not going to run down and get those. So come back and see those, because I added some color to them. Woo, doing some mosaic socks. So that you'll get to see on Thursday. Come back and see that. What else? I know there's something else I'm missing, but I didn't bring my book up here, which had my notes. Do I have something else around here that's just going to like jump out at me and say, hey, ooh me, ooh me? Or do I have to turn off the camera first and then figure it out? Well, I don't know. That was still a lot. That was still a crazy amount of stuff to have worked through, gotten done. Kind of 2 things, right? The square, obviously it's not into a blanket, but it is its own little thing. So I got a square done, and I got this baby thing done. Yeah. Look at all that. Look at that texture. Look at that. That is just so amazing. And you really see that on the inside, because the inside, those just bump in. So you can see on the outside how well they just stand. I mean, there's so much texture on that. So yeah, 2 things done and a lot of progress. I mean, I just got this yarn this week. I hadn't touched it before. I hadn't seen it, and I've already, you know, gone through almost 2 skeins of yarn. I mean, I get going through it on the crochet, because crochet goes through yarn faster and you can just fly. I mean, I learned crochet when I was 10, so I can fly at crochet, right? Knitting takes a little bit more time, and I'm fast, but hello, it takes some more time. And to have gone through it like that, that yarn just feels nice. It just feels nice. If you have the expendable income and are interested in, as some people say, the smaller yarns, go for it, right? You won't regret it. It's a great price point and everything else. No, I'm not affiliated or anything like that. And they're going out of business. So even if I was, all the affiliated programs are cut off. So yeah, you know, join the crowd and everything else. I think that during this time period, Michaels and Hobby Lobby are going to take a big hit, because everybody's going towards Joann's that's interested. Obviously not everybody, but the people that are interested are definitely going to be hitting Joann's and kind of skirting away from Michaels and Hobby Lobby for this time period, because once Joann is gone, they're gone, and then we won't be able to do that any longer. So I think a lot of us are taking advantage. I'm definitely taking advantage. Well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I'm having a blast. I want to go and work on this. I want to see, maybe this is probably the better one. I know you can't really tell, but yeah, there's definitely a difference in those dye lots. I want to go ahead and get some sleeves put on and get some stuff done and get some stuff accomplished, so then I can start the next thing, because that's the only reason I want to get it done. Because I've got things in my head and they're coming out, and I just want to play with all the yarn, you know, and you know, if you didn't see yesterday's video, I just got a nice big shipment from Joann's, and there's some more yarn that I haven't played with yet, and I'm like, I want to play with the new yarn, you know. I mean, that's what I did with this stuff. As soon as it came in and I got off the video, I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it now. You can't stop me. I am so glad that my husband's supportive. All I gotta say, he is so supportive of me and all of my yarny goodness. All right, everybody. With that, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you come back and visit me. I so enjoy this. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And with that, I'm gonna let you go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.